Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for watching today. So today I'm going to talk about, are you interested in or committed to real estate? I hear this all of the time. The first thing when I talk to new agents, I have dozens. I don't know how many dozens I'm talking to right now. So many people are getting into real estate right now. So that's another topic I'm going to talk about, and how to, especially the agents that have been in the business a while. There's a lot of new competition coming in the game over the next few months, or already started this year, but even more coming in by the end of the year, and probably next year even more. So, but what I wanted to touch on is that the first thing I hear from agents that are thinking about real estate, they always go, I'm interested. I've always been interested in houses. I've been interested in helping people buy a house, or I bought a house once. I was very interested in knowing what the agent was doing and the back end of it. I know I saw what she or he did for us. I wanted to see how there, and I got interested. But once you get your license, you have to start getting committed. There's interest. It's like a hobby. A lot of times real estate, for people that are just interested into it, it's just whatever they fall across, whatever, and it's great if they're very happy with that. Oh, whatever I fall across, I'll do it. But if you're committed to it, you have to commit to it to really be successful or reach your goals. Now, I've gone over this, but I'm going to tell you some good news and some bad news. All right, ready? I'm just keeping you on the edge. A little good news and bad news. So I hear the same things. And if you're hearing this from yourself, like, I'm interested in it, when I get the next commission check, I'm going to invest in my business. When I get to this point, when summer starts, I'll do this, or it's hard during the holiday season, or when I get some time off of my other job. These are excuses that, when the kids are out of the house, I get this a lot. When the kids are out of the house, I get that, then I'll start committing to it. So if you're saying these type of things and you're okay with where you're at, great, you're fine. When you're ready, you'll do it. But if you're not happy, these excuses are keeping you back, are definitely keeping you back. But here's some good news, because when you hear the word commitment, I've used this as an example before, and I am in awe of people like Olympians, people that go to the Olympics, the amount of sacrifice that they have to do. The skaters getting up at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning at ice time, the gymnasts, everybody, every single Olympian out there, how that they're doing something, especially a sport. Let me just put it that way, especially a sport that it's just a personal goal. They're not going to benefit it financially. They're going to have maybe, hopefully, a gold medal or a silver or bronze medal to show their family and their friends for the rest of their lives, but they commit to it. And this is the good news for real estate, and why I'm using it as a comparison, is they could commit to that for years, their whole life up until that point of trying to get in the Olympics, commit themselves to it and never achieve their goals. Can you imagine that? I mean, if you've gone through that, where you've committed your life, you've committed like hours and hours a day, you've sacrificed time, you've sacrificed every day, especially the Olympian, almost every Olympian, health wise, you can't eat things, you got to go to sleep at certain times, and you got to do it for years. You can't just do it for a week and go, okay, I'm going to try it for a week and be successful and be an Olympian. But this is the good news. In real estate, you could commit to an hour a day, commit to 2 hours a day. You don't have to eat certain foods. You don't have to give up certain hobbies. You don't have to give up your family, move to a different part. There's Olympians that have to move from their home to live other places so they could train for years. I have a friend, maybe he might be watching now, where his son is a elite high school hockey player. He has to live with another family in another state because he is playing hockey for an elite team in a certain city where his family doesn't even live in. Could you imagine that? So I'm sure that anybody who's watching this has stories of that kind of thing. But what I'm trying to tell you, the good news is commitment doesn't have to mean, I don't mean you have to commit to 12 hours a day of work every day of the week. There's successful agents out there that are doing it. But what I'm telling you, you could commit, you could go small. You could commit to 1 hour a day prospecting, couple hours a week to start, and it just snowballs from there. There's some great agents that feel successful because what they want, they have other jobs, other interests, other businesses, and they go, I want to sell 5, 6, 7 houses a year. That's it. I want to help families. I want to help my friends, help people I know, and they make an extra 20, 25,000 a year. Again, not something that they could retire on, but they're very successful and do an excellent job. So you got to figure out what goal you want, and you got to commit to it. And the great news is, I mean, I'm using that Olympian type comparison, is that if you commit to a couple hours a week, you will be successful the following weeks. You'll pick up leads, you'll get buyers and sellers. And then if you drop off, get lazy, you don't want to do it anymore, you get busy in life, you can pick it up again. Other people that are trying to reach lifetime goals don't have that luxury. They don't have that luxury. They can't slip up. They can't stop. They have to live it, breathe it 24/7. You don't. So the point I'm getting at to today is that you want to get to a point where you commit to a minimum of one thing, commit to a new behavior that will make yourself successful, at least pick up the next buyer, pick up the next seller, and kind of snowballs from there. Your behaviors predict your future. I know when I coach agents, I know the agents that every week they tell me they didn't do what they wanted to get done. There was excuses, there's things like that. Not too often. I'm not that hard-nosed coach that's going to force you to do things. I can't do that. Agents are independent contractors, but I do push some agents that I know want to be pushed. I do say some things that are not, so anybody watching this, if I say it, but I'm not the same type of coach for everybody. So if some of you are getting the nice Tony, because I feel that you're doing the right things and you're going to eventually get there, and I don't want you to hate being coached, and I'm going to yell at you and be like, you better be on the phone 8 hours a day. But there are a few of you probably watching this that I go, you're not going to have any sales next month, but hey, whenever you're ready to do it, do it. So, I'm kind of that way with a lot of other agents. So, couple things to think about, to keep in your mind today, is that there's 3 things. One is to really look at your behaviors and are they aligned with your goals. 2, commit to something new. Could be once a week, once a day, an hour a day, half hour a day. Commit to something new and commit to it. Say, I'm every day from 9:30 to 10:30, I'm going to prospect. I'm going to work on that. Every day from 9 to 9:30, before I make my prospecting calls, I'm going to organize my schedule, organize my database, and put things in there so I don't have to spend an hour before I'm making my calls to go through those. And 3 is find someone that helps make you accountable. Someone that you're explaining what you're doing. Could be me. I'm happy to do it. You say, hey, I made 100 calls this week, and we'll talk once a week. Could be your spouse, could be your family, someone, friend. Find someone that makes you accountable, because obviously if you're not where you're at, where you want to be now, and you're not a brand new agent, just got your license this year, and you're not where you want to be, obviously you can't do it yourself. There's a lot of people that can do it themselves. That some people need a coach. Some need someone accountable to push them to at least make that call once a week or several times a week, that they feel bad that they can explain to them they didn't do what they wanted to do. So those kind of 3 things. Watch your behavior, because your behavior will predict your future. Simple as that. Two, find something new, something make something new that to advance your business. Of course, I'm on prospecting, making the calls, connecting with people, and being persistent about it. And three, find someone that could make you more accountable. Because if you're not doing it yourself and you tried and tried and tried, then there's something that you're missing. And usually it's being accountable, making yourself accountable for that. So that's it for today. Hopefully that gives you some things to think about, some good news. Compared to what that word commitment is, not you have to drop everything in your life, eat, breathe, and real estate 24/7, give up your other jobs, give up your time with family and friends. You don't have to do that. You could start small, start with small commitments, start being committed to something, and persistent and very calculated way, like certain times a day, certain days of the week, and stick with it. And I know you will reach your goals if you do it. It's I've seen it happen. 28 years in real estate, seen hundreds and hundreds of agents. I have agents right now that just got their license a year ago that are hitting their goals. I have agents that have been in the business 20 years that are not even close to their goals. So it's not a years in business. It's just when you're ready to commit to everything. So that's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow at 11. Bye-bye.